Hi, Sharon here of Plumrose Lane. In this tutorial we're going to discuss how to write a blog post. We're just going to go over a few basic things so that you can get a blog post on your blog. So we'll begin by starting on your blog and clicking the New Post link in the top right hand side. This takes us to the area where we can create a blog post. To begin with, we're going to click inside the title. Titles are very, very important, not only because they identify our blog post, but also because a lot of the tools that Blogger has built in utilize titles, such as the archive feature, the search feature. So this is a very important step in keeping track of the blog post that you write. So we'll begin. I'm going to write a post about fall savings sale that I have going on right now. With our title written in, we can now move down to this area, which is where we write our actual blog post. Now you'll notice up here above are a lot of little symbols and icons. If you hover over these, you'll see the title drop down, and this helps us keep track and figure out what tools to use for our blog posts. So for now, we're going to type something in here. Now, to make things easier to fit it within the video, I've already written up my blog post. So I'll go ahead and copy that information and paste it into the area. Now, I don't recommend this, and the reason is because when you do this, some of the formatting can copy over as well, and that can really wreak havoc on your blog post. Normally, I always type my blog post directly into the Blogger post area, and I would recommend doing the same thing. With that in place, I now want to add a picture. Pictures kind of bring some interest, some added dimension to our blog post, and it makes it more engaging for the readers. So to add a photo, you go ahead and go to the Insert Image and click on that icon. That brings up this window, which is utilized for adding images. From here we choose Files, and we can select the image that we want by clicking on it and then clicking the Open. Once the image loads, we'll see it completely, and you can then go ahead and click Add Selected down at the bottom. Now this just randomly places the image inside the blog post area, and I personally would like to have it over on the right hand side. So to do this, we click on the image, and with that a whole group of options open up. I'd like it to be on the right, so I just click right hand side. As soon as I do that, the image moves over to the right. To get rid of this menu bar, you can just click anywhere in the blog post. Now the other thing that I would like to add to this is a link. Links bring even more added interaction, and they're important for those of us who have shops or other websites or Facebook pages, anywhere that we want to send someone else to on the internet. So here I've included the address for my shop. So to add a link to an address that's already existing, it's very easy. You just highlight that link and go up and click the link. That automatically turns anything that's written in as a link into a link. So you can see there that that's what's added now. Now let's say I wanted to add a link to something that was not typed out in that manner. To do that, I would copy the link either from my post or from a different website. I would go up to where I want to add it, and I would highlight the text. I would then go back up to the link, click that. Here I'm putting in the website. This is the text that will be displayed. I can even select whether I want it to open in a new window or not. Once I'm done, I click OK. You can now tell that that's a link because this bar shows up, but also the text looks different. It has a line underneath it, and it's in a different color. Now to finish my blog post out, I like adding an image signature. So to do this, once again, we would go back up to the image, click Choose File, click on the image I want to use, and click Open. Again, once the image loads, click on it, add selected, and your image shows up. Now once again, I would like this to be in a different location, so I click on the image, click left, and there it is. I'm all done. Now the last thing that's very important to adding to our blog posts are labels, and that can be found over here on the right hand side under Post Settings. To add labels, you click that and it opens up a drop down area. Now labels are used in a number of different ways. Mostly they're used for search engines to find our blog posts. So what you want to do when it comes to labels is select a few words, not a lot, but a few that identify your specific blog post. So in this case, I'm going to type in sale, savings, and fall. That pretty much covers everything that's being discussed in this blog post. Be sure to always include a space and a comma between your labels because that separates them from one another. And when you're finished, click Done. That's it for our blog post. So once we're finished, we can go ahead and click Publish. Publishing takes us to the post view, and this is where we can see all of the posts that we've written on our blog so far. Our labels show up, the blog post shows up, and so does the date that we wrote it. Again, what's showing here is the title, and that's another reason why it's very important that we title our blog posts. If we didn't, what would show up here is either nothing or unknown or unnamed, and that could be very confusing if a lot of our blog posts end up with no names. So to take a look, to view our completed blog post, we have a number of choices. You can click on the title, you can click on View, or you can click View Blog. That takes us back to our blog where we can see our blog post. The last thing I'd like to cover is if we want to make any changes. Say we publish this and we find that we've made a mistake, we didn't put a link in, or there's just some error. To easily change your blog post or to correct them, you can just scroll down and click the little pencil. You'll see Edit Post comes up. You click the pencil, and once again we're taken back to the post area where we can then make our modifications, and when we're finished, click Update. That updates the blog post and takes us back to the post view. So that's it. I hope you've enjoyed this, and I hope it's been very helpful. Thanks.